says aim's real big.
Hi y'all, thanks for tuning in. Got a biggie for you on just one train alone, or two I filmed in this video, but one alone. This one takes place at Highland Crossing. Big surprise, as you could tell by the thumbnail. This was one for the car counters. This was a gigantic westbound manifest that took over 9 minutes to film. And I mean, it wasn't like it was moving very slowly. It was moving pretty well, especially towards the latter half. But this thing was a biggie. And if I had to assume, I haven't yet counted the cars, I would assume that it was over 200, if not very, very close. This thing had a couple of engines at lead, and it had a mid-DPU, which was NS1800. It's a SD70 ACC, which is one of those yellow mains. There's only two like it, the 1800 and the 1801. And if you know anything about Norfolk Southern, the 1801 has been sitting at the Junie Auto Shops for a couple of years now with what, if I remember correctly, a blown cylinder in there because something broke in it and it expanded it, destroying the engine. And, well, rumor has it Norfolk Southern will be retiring the SD70 ACCs by year's end because EMD doesn't make them anymore, nor do they make parts for them. I don't know how true that is, if that's just a rumor, speculation, or if that's the actual truth, but given that and Norfolk Southern's track record of not making smart decisions, I'm going to assume that that's legit. Especially since Norfolk Southern needs to rely on foreign power a lot, because even though they have tons of engines in storage, they like to retire them because that's the smart thing to do. Or like with all the Dash 9s that they had redone down at Fort Worth at the Wabtec plant, completely redone, and in Norfolk Southern colors and equipment, ready to go. And they sell them to Ferromex. Good job, NS. I'm pretty sure a child could run that railroad better. But anyway, I'm just being picky. Anyway, we get that train to come through, which takes about 9 minutes to pass through. And then after that, we would catch a large westbound intermodal with 3 engines at lead. 4890 would be the head end on that one, and it's one of the newest GE AC44C6Ms in service. Surprised that one didn't get sent to Ferromex. But anyway, with that said, everybody, enjoy this video, and I will see you at the end of it. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed. That was fun catching that. How many cars did you count? I know there were a lot. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't checked out my friends' channels on YouTube, check them out. I have everybody linked below in the description. I have Stanton's Crossing, Stanton's Journeys, Jake Deal, Mr. Miz, Historic BF, B&H Productions, and just check them all out because we all do the same thing that we love. And even though I do a variety channel, I do love doing the train videos a lot. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, everybody. I would really appreciate that. And until we can meet again, take care and stay awesome. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.